All right, boys and girls, today we're going to make some rainbow name art. That's right, we're going to use our name in our art today, and we get to use all the colors of the rainbow. So the first thing we got to do is we have to start with our names. Now, you're going to use your first name, but since all of you call me by my last name, I'm going to use my last name today. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write our name nice and big. All right, and we're gonna go from left to right, so we want our paper to be long like a landscape. Now, let's start with pencil, and then I'll give you time to outline. But I'm gonna use a marker, that way you can see my lines from far away. So each name starts with a capital letter, which is a letter that is nice and big, and then all the rest of the letters are lowercase or smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and write my name. Nice and neat. All right, there's my name, and I'm going to give you a chance to outline it. I might make mine a little bit thicker just so I can see it. So I might trace it again. So while you guys are outlining, I'm going to clean mine up and make it look a little bit neater. Now it's time for the rainbow part. So I'm going to use the colors of the rainbow, and I'm going to go around all of my letters, starting with the color red. Now, if you can't find red, pink is a perfect color to substitute it with. All right, and if you want to start with pink instead of red, that's fine too. So I'm going to go through my crayons, and I'm going to try to find that red, which can be sometimes a little tricky. Found him. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my crayons, and I'm gonna go around my letters with my red, and I'm gonna make sure I don't have any white spots. And I want that line that goes around my letter to be the same all the way around. So I'm gonna go around each little letter with my red color. Now, if my colors happen to touch each other, that's okay. We want that to happen. So my red touches the letter C, and it also touches the letter O. So I'm gonna let that happen. And don't forget the inside of your letters. You can't forget those. You want to do the outside and the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and trace around my letters with red. So now that I have my letters outlined in red, I'm going to move on to the next color of the rainbow, which is, that's right, it's orange. So I'm going to look for the color orange. Here it is. And now I'm going to outline again. But this time it's a little different because now I'm going to go next to my red. And my red, it connected together. So I'm gonna treat like my new line as a new shape. Here's what I mean. I know that's hard to understand, but when I go around the C with my orange, instead of stopping, I'm gonna continue on where my red goes. So wherever my red goes, my orange will follow. So notice my red went around and went around the other side, but this time it's going to skip to the O. Look at that. And then it goes from the O to the S. Look at that. And then it goes to the other S. So I'm doing the top of my name first, and then I'll come around the other side. So it's like I'm drawing around my name with colors. Now, it can be tricky at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's going to be pretty fun, and it's going to look fantastic. Now, I always use a scrap paper underneath my paper, just in case I color. That way I don't color on my table or on another page. So I'm going to put my little scrap paper there. Okay, so now I get to go around the other side. Right, so I went around the outside. Now I can't forget about the inside, so I have the inside of my letters to do too. So I'm gonna go ahead and add orange on the inside. So remember, wherever my red goes, my orange will follow. Oh, those shapes are getting smaller. Look at those. And it's okay if I color it all in. Like that's gonna be all orange in there. Now I'm on to my next color, which is yellow. So now I'm getting the hang of it. I'm gonna now go around my piece in yellow. So each time my name grows bigger and bigger and bigger. So now remember, this time, wherever the orange is, the yellow is going to follow. All right, boys and girls, there's my finished piece of art. So I just kept going and going until I got to the edge. Now, if you get tired after you get to purple, you can just color the rest any colors you want. But I thought it was so much fun just to keep going and going and seeing what kind of shapes my name created. So I hope you had fun with this one. I know this one can be a little challenging, but it looks super cool. And I hope you guys had a great one. Bye.